I knew exactly what it meant. Keeping track of life is knowing you're on your true path toward fulfillment. It's being at peace with who you are and how you are living. It's placing your head on the pillow at night, knowing you've connected with someone or something that made your heart come alive. It's investing in what really matters, understanding full well that managing life is the tendency, but living life is the goal. Keeping track of life is much more than going through the motions of putting down the phone, burning the to-do list, and letting go of perfection. It's something deep, lasting, permanent. It is a conscious decision to focus on what really matters when a sea of insignificance tries to pull you away. I knew what it meant to keep track of life because it had become my daily practice. What began as small steps to change my distracted, perfectionistic, and hurried existence grew into a transformed perspective, one that profoundly altered the way I made decisions, interacted with my loved ones, focused my attention, and spent the precious minutes and hours of my days. Intentional actions to grasp what really mattered had evolved into living a life that really mattered. Along with my hands, my eyes and heart were opened, allowing me to identify the greatest distractions of the modern age. Distractions that cause people like you and me to lose track of life to the point that it seems irretrievable. Perhaps that is where you are right now, wondering if it's even possible to reclaim your life from the demands of a distracted culture and an overwhelmed life. I can assure you it's not too late. In fact, this very moment is a beginning. The same two hands that hold the pages of this book are the very hands that can put living and loving back on the priority list. The power of open hands, eyes, and heart. By now, most of us are aware of the cost of everyday distractions. The blatant diversions of a tech-saturated, overscheduled, maxed-out world interrupt our conversations, steal our focus, and undermine our ability to be present in the moment. Using mindful strategies, we can curb these obvious distractions and create a healthy balance between tech and life. But that is only half the battle. To be completely free to focus on what truly enriches our lives, we must learn to recognize the larger, all-encompassing distractions that divert our attention from our greatest goal, to live and love fully. The distractions that get in our way take many forms, but perhaps you'll relate to one of these. Sacrificing everything to climb the corporate ladder. Striving to achieve the illusion of a perfect home and perfect life. Pushing loved ones to excel in certain areas despite their lack of interest, talent, or ability. Serving on endless committees to prove your worth. Engaging in people-pleasing to gain acceptance. Seeking external validation for superficial reasons and from questionable sources. Making important life decisions based on what other people think or do. Going to dangerous extremes to maintain a certain appearance or status level. Attempting to control the uncontrollable. Acquiring the latest and greatest material possessions in order to impress. Replaying past mistakes and not allowing yourself to move forward. When we become consumed by these corrosive yet virtually unseen distractions, we stop asking questions. We fail to assess if we are on the right path toward our life's purpose. We become complacent and accept that this is just the way it is, despite the emptiness and stress that keep us awake at night. Before we know it, we lose track of what matters most in life, only to later realize we've accomplished much but lived little. We all yearn to look back on our lives to find we lived a life of significance. But is it even possible anymore? We live in a culture where grand achievements and small waistlines are complimented on a daily basis, where busyness is a badge of honor and excess is the norm, where electronic messages have replaced face-to-face contact, where day-to-day responsibilities overwhelm and downtime is extinct. Considering the degree of distraction and amount of pressure that exists in the world today, keeping track of life